Hey, how's it going, everyone? We are back with another live stream here talking about a common scheme that I see going on Amazon. And this doesn't just impact you if you buy products from Amazon for yourself, but also if you dropship from Amazon to eBay. This is something that you want to be aware of so that you can kind of mitigate it from happening as much as possible. So I'll share what that is in a second, give you lots of examples. Let's go to the intro real fast though. Hey, I'm Paul, and I'm committed to teaching you the exact strategies I use to create multiple six-figure businesses on eBay and Amazon. These are the same methods that changed my life, and I'm here to show you how they can change yours as well. Okay, so we are back, and like I said, I wanted to expose this scam that's been going on. It's been going on for a while. You might have heard of it already, maybe you haven't. It's one that I've seen for a while and just kind of ignored and just kind of got fed up with it recently when I was actually trying to purchase something for myself. So let me walk you through exactly what happened to me so that you guys can learn from this and also prevent this from happening with your dropshipping business, because this could happen fast. You won't know it happens and it kind of screws you over. Okay, so I recently came onto Amazon to purchase new headphones for myself. I have one of the iPhones, obviously, that has a lightning jack, and I was trying to avoid Bluetooth headphones. So I said, maybe I'll get a wired headset. So I'm looking on here for the iPhone headphones, the ones with the lightning jack. And unfortunately, they mostly have terrible reviews. This one's not lightning jack, but they're either terrible reviews or they're kind of expensive for just plain headphones. I mean, if you get one with a regular audio jack, it's like $10, but these are like close to $30. So kind of it's just like annoying me that they're doing this, or they don't have good reviews. So I was kind of getting fed up with this. And then I finally found some that have good reviews. But check this out. So this is one of the ones I found right here. And I was really excited because I saw, hey, this one is $9 or $8.68. It's gotten decent reviews, not great, and it's the right one. So I was like, maybe I'll take a risk with this one, even though the reviews aren't perfect, and I'll order it. But let me see if they're comfortable. So I decided to go down to reviews to see if anyone talked about how comfortable these are. So when I came down to the reviews, I saw that all the images were for a completely different type of headphone, right? These are over-the-ear or on-ear headphones, so completely different. So I was like, I've seen this before, okay, whatever. So then I found another one, right? And this one actually is not the lightning one, but check this out. Again, this one is for a completely different product. In fact, this one, these look like wristbands for iWatches. But then there's this other random product here as well. I don't even know what the heck that thing is. And then this one, it just looks like they just cycled between different products here. Like, so this one went through several different variations of, not even variations, several different, completely different products here. I found this one as well. Let me go back to the top. So this is actually the first one that I found. And this one I was really excited about because $10, perfect reviews, and it's the right product that I want. But again, when you come down here, look at this. This is for something completely different. This is for essential oils, a case that holds them all. And it's just a completely different product. If you look at all the reviews, they're for the old product as well. Let me see if I can pull up the most recent reviews and let's see what people say about it. Okay, perfect. Bought this for my wife. No, none of the reviews have anything to do with the headphones. All the questions here have to do with essential oils. So very different product here. Even the recommendations here are for essential oils. So there's definitely some confusion going on here. And I found another one here as well. When we come down to these reviews, you can see that it's for like a very, very different item here. So I was pretty annoyed when this happened. And my concern is not only that people are going to purchase a product thinking that it has really fantastic reviews, when in fact, it might just be as cruddy as the other ones that I didn't want to buy because they had bad reviews. So I'm like, why, like what's going on here? So I did a little digging around, and obviously Amazon doesn't support this. I went inside the Amazon seller, basically their terms of service, and read through it all, I tried to find the right language that would prohibit this anywhere. And so this is what I found under additional guidelines for sellers. It clearly says you have to match up your listing, your product, with the correct listing. It says you can't, when you list a product for sale using an existing product detail page, the product being offered must be listed on a product detail page that accurately describes the product in all respects. So you can't do what these people are doing. But why are they doing it, and what's going on here? So I did some searching online. Sure enough, of course, I'm not the only one who noticed it. Here's this person who posted on Amazon's seller forum last year, said that they found this product, which is supposed to be a back brace for you. And they saw that it had a lot of reviews, a lot of positive reviews, but all the reviews were for something completely different. So they were kind of speculating why that happened. This person says this is what happens. So sellers have a listing that they abandon because maybe they run out of stock or they stop selling the item for whatever reason. And then new sellers find that listing and basically hijack it to take advantage of all the positive reviews and start selling a completely different product. And what they recommend that you do is tell seller support about it, and those reviews will get taken down. So in this example, what happened was this one was reported, and eventually all the reviews were removed. But you can see, let me show you the screenshot. It originally had 364 reviews, and when you open it up now, open it up now, you can see it's not even for sale anymore, and there's no reviews for it. So it does work if you report it. I also found a BuzzFeed article where they talk about this as well. And one of their concerns, a good point that they brought up, is that we as consumers will leave positive feedback or review for a product, and then all of a sudden that product changes. Like, how does that make you feel when one of your products that you gave a review for is now for a completely different product? So that's one of the points that they made. So why does this concern us as dropshippers? Well, obviously, one of the problems is, what if you are selling a product? Let's say you were selling this water bottle, right? And then all of a sudden, the person changed the listing to headphones. And well, let's give a better example, right? Let's say that you are selling, we can use this water bottle. So let's say this water bottle is like $30, right? And you have it listed up, and then all of a sudden, somebody changes the Amazon listing to headphones that are $10. Now you have this listed on eBay, maybe it's like $45, $50, and now all of a sudden you have it listed for like $15. Now if it sells, you either aren't going to catch it and you're going to accidentally ship the buyer headphones, which is completely wrong, or you're going to catch it and realize that, oh shoot, now you have the wrong product. You already have the wrong price for the product. So this is something you just want to be aware of. If you see this happening, this is what's going on right here. And the best thing that I would suggest to you is, this is why it's important every time you order your items from your supplier's website that you make sure it's the right item. Look at the product that you're buying and look at the product that was sold and make sure that they match up. This is what I do and my virtual assistants do. Obviously, you can't do that with auto ordering system. So that's just a risk that comes along with it. So I tried to look around for a funny one. I thought maybe like a funny one would exist where like the old product was like a dog shock collar and the new one was like a woman's necklace or something, and the reviews wouldn't match up. I wasn't able to find one. If anyone is able to find another funny review that just didn't match up like that, let me know. I did find some other funny ones though. This is a UFO detector that you can buy, and some of the reviews are pretty funny. Like this one that says, I don't know if this is a scam or if mine was broken, but it doesn't work and I'm still getting abducted by UFOs on a regular basis. So I thought that one was pretty funny. But yeah, if you guys are able to find some funny reviews, drop them in the comments. I love reading them. I think they're they just give me a good laugh. So let's see who's here in the live chat. And then I'm gonna spend the rest of the time just answering any questions you guys have about eBay or Amazon dropshipping. So let's see who's here. We have the Georgia picker, Dusty. What's up, man? And Juan, how's it going? What's up, Bobby? Thanks for being here. Okay, we'll get to some of these questions in a minute. What's up, Larry? Hey, Larry, how's it going? Good to see you again. Yo, Lazy Abram. Thank you, Nancy. Yep, I'm in Florida now. And Jenny, thanks for being here. Okay, so let's just jump right into this. Oh, she's a vegetarian. Woohoo for vegetarians. Okay, so what's up? Thanks for being here. And what are my thoughts on manual drop shipping? For instance, using SKUGrid with File Exchange to update your listings. That's the method that I use right now. That's what I teach to my students in my courses, because I think it's the only way to be doing drop shipping on eBay right now. So I fully support that. Yeah, so let me just clarify this, because I made a video kind of ranting about this, and it's okay that it's confusing. People have confused this. People have made this confusing. I don't know. I don't think they did it on purpose, but it is confusing. So manual drop shipping is 95% of the people who say they do manual drop shipping are not doing manual drop shipping. Most people do not do true manual drop shipping. If you take what the real meaning of manual dropshipping is, manual means no software at all. And I actually don't know any, I think I know one person who doesn't use any software at all. Everyone else, they probably use SKUGrid, or they use like TrackerBot, or yeah, those are like the two big ones I see people using. If you're using that, it's not 100% manual, right? There is still automation being done. So why people want to have a manual store is so that they don't use eBay's API. But if you use SKUGrid does not use eBay's API. It's still software. It's still automated, but it doesn't use the API. People, for some reason, call that type of drop shipping manual drop shipping. So when you hear the term manual drop shipping, chances are what people are talking about is drop shipping using SKUGrid, which is still automated. So it's like a big misnomer. So just be aware of that. And that is what I do teach to all my students, because that is what works. I just don't call it manual drop shipping. I'm starting to give up on this because everyone else calls it manual drop shipping. I don't like calling it that because it's not. But if you ask me, are you doing manual drop shipping? I'm going to know what you mean. I know that you mean drop shipping with SKUGrid, so I'm going to say yes. But just know I don't like the term because it's not accurate, in my opinion. Or it's just not accurate. Okay. So Bobby says he's seen this on Home Depot as well, where the product changes. I've seen this a little bit, but the difference between Amazon and Home Depot is that any seller can basically come in and hijack a listing on Amazon. With Home Depot, it's controlled by Home Depot. So you do see changes happening sometimes. Like I've noticed, we had an item listed that was supposed to be a 3-pack, and then Home Depot changed it to a 1-pack, and that got us into a bit of trouble with a couple of buyers once. But you don't see it as bad. So I don't see like the product being completely different like we saw with those headphone examples. What's up? Glad that you're here, Amy. And looks like we're neighbors now that I moved to Florida. And thanks to everyone who's asking. I'm doing well. I'm doing really well. Okay. Okay, so Fantastic Gamer asks, what dropshipping software do I use to find profitable products that sell well? So I'm assuming you're talking about dropshipping onto Amazon. In that case, underneath this video, I have a free Amazon dropshipping course. There's a free one. Go ahead and check that out, because that's going to walk you through exactly how I do my product research for my Amazon dropshipping business. And it goes into really good depth in there. So I would suggest you check that out. Oh, David asked a good question. So how do I feel about adding reviews when listing through SKUGrid? So SKUGrid has a pretty cool feature where it will actually pull reviews in, so that when you list your item onto eBay, at the bottom, it actually shows reviews for the product. And I like this, I use it. I don't see the harm in doing it. So we've been doing it. Yeah, I wish I had it pulled up so I could show you an example. William says, should I use the new category fetch on SKUGrid? So this is a brand new feature. I think I got the email either today or last night about it. So what this does is, so SKU Fetch is a software that I use to quickly list items onto eBay. Again, if people say they're doing manual dropshipping, chances are most of them, not all of them, but most of them are using SKU Fetch, just so that you're aware. So with SKU Fetch, that quickly lists items onto eBay for you. All you do is copy the URL. So you can go onto Amazon, copy the URL for the product. Like one of those headphones, we would copy the URL, paste in the SKU Fetch, and the item is listed on eBay. Now, SKU Fetch has a new feature where you can go into the search results. So I can share my screen. So here, I'm on the search results page. It has like 20 items on this page. All you would do is copy down this URL at the top, paste it into SKU Fetch, and it would automatically list all these items for you. See that? So that's the way this new feature works. I don't use features like that. And the reason for that is because I like to optimize my listings more. I don't do this method, which is called bulk listing. You can't assume that every product on that page is going to be a winner. So I like to make sure that my items are going to sell well. That's why I do product research every time I put items up for sale on eBay. So I always suggest doing product research, and product research doesn't really work with bulk listing like this. But it's great that they added that feature. Moniker says, I call it semi-automated. Okay, we can compromise there and call it semi-automated. Okay, so what is the best cashback cards for dropshipping? Best cashback credit cards. So there's really two ways to think about this. So you can think really long-term, or you can think short, medium, and like long, but not like super long-term. Let me explain what I mean. So for any business that's going to do a high volume of sales, the best card that you want is a card that has no limit on it or close to no limit. And the only company that really does that is Amex, American Express. So if you can get an American Express card, that's like the gold standard. You're just going to have a super high limit eventually, as long as you do everything right. And by the way, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial planner. I don't know much about credit cards, except things I've just Googled on my own. So, but I actually don't have I have one American Express card, but I don't really use it. And the reason for that is because I have banking set up with Capital One, and with Capital One, they have a Spark card, Spark Business Card. And the Spark Business Card, I still have a high limit on it. It's never going to be as high as Amex, but it's high enough for my business. And I get 2% cash back with that card. With the Amex cards, if I'm not mistaken, there aren't any 2% back cards. There is a 1.5%, and the 0.5% does make a difference. Also, be aware that most of the Amex cards, last time I looked, they all have a decently high yearly cost. I think it's like $500 to use some of those cards. Whereas with this Capital One card, it's $100 a year after your first year. So that's a Spark Business Card by Capital One. You can get 2% back, or you can get the rewards card, which gives you 2% rewards. So you can use those for like flights. You can rack up a ton of airline miles with that, or just rack up a lot of cash with the cash card. You can also redeem the cash card for gift cards or statement credits, which are basically the same thing as cash. But that's the one that I used and I really love. We should come up with a new name for manual. I tried, Jenny. I tried calling it a chameleon account, but nobody didn't take off. So that's okay. Okay. Semi-automated, yeah. Yeah, so going back to Bobby's statement before that he's seen it with Home Depot, this is his example where he had a power tool that included a battery, then Home Depot changed it so there's no battery and charger. And yeah, that makes sense because those items are pretty much the same one. Oh, awesome. I'm making 1 to 2 sale every other day. This is such a game changer for me. Congrats, Larry. That's awesome. Oh, yes. And if you're drop shipping Amazon to eBay, you need to get the Amazon card, the one from Chase. Don't get any of the other ones. Get the one from Chase. That one is huge. That's 5% off or 5% back. So the Spark card, from what I remember, you need a good limit. I remember reading that you need a pretty good limit for that one. Yeah, and that is a business card, not a personal card. How can I find your website to buy your system? There's a link underneath this video, or just go to dropshippingtitans.com. All right, let me look at some of the, oh no, what happened to all the questions I had? All right, so I had a bunch of them saved up from the week. They disappeared from my computer or from my live stream software, but that's okay. What is recommended for safe scaling? So this is a question from one of my students, Richard, who's in my Amazon course. I meant to black out your last name, so I apologize, Richard. What is the recommendation for safe scaling on Amazon? So with Amazon, one of the tricky things is that in the first few months, you don't want to scale up too quickly. Otherwise, you get hit with something called a velocity review, which is where Amazon looks at your account and says, hey, why are you scaling up so quickly when you're a brand new seller? And they start to ask a lot of questions, ask for paperwork. It's not a huge deal if you get a velocity review. You can, basically they will temporarily restrict your account. You can get past it and you can get the items you can start selling again, but it's just a pain. It's better to avoid it. So his question is that in his first 2 months, he did 10K each. Third month did 20K. What should he do for the fourth month? At this point, Richard, you're good to go. After about the first 3 months, you've been scaling up slowly. I would just push forward and scale up as much as you can. And then there'll be natural growth in there. So you should be fine from now on. And congratulations on your success there. Let's pull up another question I had. And by the way, most of these questions are coming in from students in my Facebook group, but also in the comment section of these YouTube videos. So ask your question in the comment section of any of these videos. So this one's from Liam. I just want to give him a shout out because he started a month and a half ago and is almost doing 10,000 pounds in sales. Oh, 10,000, is that pounds? I'm terrible at these things. I think that's pounds. So congratulations to him. He posted that inside the group. Okay, so if you're signing up for SKUGrid, this is a common problem I've been seeing people have, where they would sign up for SKUGrid and they're supposed to be emailed a link, but they're never emailed the link. So what do? Usually it ends up in the spam. For some reason, a lot of their emails end up in spam. So I would go check that out and see if it's in there, because that's usually where it ends up. Let's look at, okay. So this is a great question as well. So one of my students asked, I don't know why I don't receive payment for my current transaction. So he made a bunch of sales and wasn't getting paid for them. What's going on here? Should he ship it out anyway? Should he upload tracking numbers, wait for payments? Any idea what's going on? So the reason this happened is because you didn't set up what's called, and I'm blanking on what it's called, require immediate payments. So you have to require immediate payments on eBay, because if you sell a product, your buyer doesn't have to pay you right away. They can wait to pay you. And I used to do that. I used to allow it. I just found it to be a pain. If you're coming onto eBay and you're looking at items to buy now, like buy it now items that aren't auction, I don't think you should be allowed to purchase the item and not pay for it. And it's just kind of a pain. So I always turn it on so that the buyer has to pay me right away. Otherwise, they can't purchase the item, which I know it sounds so silly, but that's just the way eBay is. So make sure that's on so that they don't have the option not to pay you and then to wait later and potentially never pay you for it, which is just kind of annoying. Okay, so next question I had on one of the YouTube videos. Okay, so I recently made a YouTube video about how to get free shipping on most orders to Home Depot. So I had a couple questions about that video that I wanted to address. So Pell asked, okay, let's say I order 2 items for 2 different locations and get free shipping. So you can buy 2 items on one order in Home Depot and ship them to 2 different addresses and get free shipping. But he wants to know, what if one of the items is returned? Will I be charged shipping? No, you won't. Simple as that. So I think I had another question about that video while we're on that topic. Where is it? So this one is, hey Paul, let's say you can combine only 2 items. You combine 2 items to get free shipping. How many times can you do that? You can just keep doing that over and over again. I think that's your question. All right, so let's go back to the live chat. And Jenny had the same problem where people were changing the listings. Yeah, very frustrating. Rich says, the best software for speeding up orders on Amazon is Spot and Paste, no doubt. Yeah, I agree. Spot and Paste is fantastic for helping you quickly process your orders, whether you're dropshipping on Amazon or from Amazon. And I have a link to them underneath this video if you want to check them out. Okay. All right. Okay, so I had some more questions, some good questions saved up. Rena says, hey Paul, I bought your course. How can I message you with questions? Just inside the private group that I was talking about that you have access to. I'll skip that question because it doesn't quite make sense. Okay, so this is from one of my students inside the group. Says, a customer claimed after 30 days. Okay, I wanted to give Omar a shout out because this is a good lesson. So this is inside my Amazon Dropshipping Titans course and inside the private mastermind. Omar asked this question 2 days ago. It said, a customer claimed after 30 days of receiving his order that the item was faulty. Omar gave him a full refund and then the buyer left a negative feedback anyway. So he contacted the buyer a few times requesting to get it removed, but didn't get a reply back. Can I get this feedback removed if I called Amazon? So my advice to Omar was actually that no, you probably cannot get it removed. And there were other people chiming in saying you probably can't get it removed, but you should try it anyway. Well, sure enough, Omar tried and he actually got it removed. So that just goes to show it doesn't hurt to try it and give it a shot, because in this case it did work. He was able to get the feedback removed, which I think is a pretty good lesson to hear. Okay. Let's see. So Oshi's a vegetarian says, is anyone using SKUGrid and saw if it's working for them? And yeah, we're seeing that this is working. One of my students, I took a screenshot of it, but I don't think I saved it. He did an awesome breakdown where he showed, it was Jim inside my mastermind, and Jim said, I don't have it anymore, but he was basically saying, he gave a breakdown. He's clearly a numbers guy, and Jim had a breakdown of his views for all his listings, his click-through rate, his impressions, his conversions before he started using the new methods and after the new methods, and the difference was remarkable. It was a clear difference. So Jim, I have to find that and maybe post it up with his permission, because it was really a great breakdown of exactly how much of a big difference it made switching over to this new manual drop shipping. Okay, so Mohammed says, where can I get the best discounted gift cards? Subscribe to the channel. I'm going to be having a video about this hopefully next week, if not the week after. I'm in the process of making it right now because there's a couple of steps involved in it. So make sure to keep a lookout for that video. It is coming. Dylan says, true inspiration, and you crack me in Instagram on messages. How's the gym? So Dylan and I were chatting back and forth on Instagram in the DMs, and I given advice about something or answered a question for him, and then I was asking him for some tips about working out at the gym because it looked like he had like a really awesome transformation at the gym. So if you guys ever want to ask questions more personally, feel free to send me a DM on Instagram. It's just Paul J. Lipsky, same thing as my YouTube channel. Look me up, send me a DM, and we can I can answer questions for you there as well. Let's see. Right now, Carl, I don't have a video on SKU Fetch that's on YouTube, only inside the course. Okay, Larry, good question. How do I I'm getting a lot of sales and work hard on customer service, but only one feedback. How do I get more feedback? Good question, Larry. So one thing you can do is send messages to the buyers after the purchase is complete, after you're sure that the sale went through successfully, and say, hey, if you're happy, would you consider leaving me feedback? And you can give them instructions on how to do that. There are ways to automate that if you're interested in doing that, but you don't have to automate. You could send out the messages yourself, or you can buy items. Anytime you buy an item, you're going to get feedback for it. So when I was talking about Jim before, that's if you are drop shipping onto eBay specifically. So he's drop shipping onto eBay. He was comparing the results of using manual drop shipping before and after. Let's see. And I think those are all the questions I had saved up from the week. Let's see if I missed them all. Yeah, cool. So we'll answer some questions in the live chat for a few more minutes. Yeah, so this helps as well, is to leave nice feedback for your buyers. And then many people will leave feedback in return. Some buyers won't leave you feedback until you leave them feedback. So just be aware of that. So it's not necessary for you to email your customers after they purchase the item. They're already getting a bunch of emails from eBay. They're going to get emails letting them know that about the order confirmation, that the order went through successfully. Once you upload a tracking number, they'll get an email as well. So they're already getting a bunch of emails. It's not necessary for you to send them another one, but you could send them one after the fact, asking them for their feedback. Cool. So I wanted to give a quick shout out to some other people here in the chat. We have Mohammed, what's up? Moniker is here. Just lost Moniker. There we go. Jonathan, how's it going? Thanks for being here. And by the way, guys, if you are getting some value out of this, I would appreciate it if you give the video a thumbs up. That helps get this video in front of more people, so hopefully others can avoid this common Amazon scam as well. Cool, so it looks like I've answered everyone's questions. Yep, so it looks like I've answered everyone's questions. So if you guys did like this video, I would again appreciate it if you give the video a thumbs up. Would really appreciate that. And if you want to consider subscribing to the channel, you can just click down there on the big red button that says subscribe, hit that little bell. That's going to give you a notification every time that I go live, so that you don't miss out on another one of these live streams that happen here. I'm doing them every week now, Fridays at 1 p.m., but sometimes I do them in the middle of the week as well. So if you don't want to miss them, the best thing to do is subscribe and hit that bell notification. Also, guys, if you have any questions, again, hit me up on Instagram at Paul J. Lipsky, or leave a comment underneath any of my videos, and I'll take a screenshot of it, put it up on the screen just like I did today, and answer your questions for you guys. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.